Yeah, what's good? What's going on, man? It's your boy AC though, man. We back at it again, man. Album review. Okay, I took some time to really marinate with this particular project here. Okay, salute to Cardi B. I am the drama. Now listen, um, she definitely is the drama because this album has had everybody talking. From the shot she throwing at JT. You know what I mean? Talking about her relationship with Offset. A lot. Like she going off Bia, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to just kind of sit with the album a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I have my own opinions, but then once I listened to it a couple times. I had a car ride where I actually listened to the whole album, to my destination and back. But I looked at a lot of the reports that were going out with the album, and I'm gonna get into that. The album sales, like they were projecting her to sell like no, at first I saw that she was platinum within like 2 days or like a day. Like she was already certified platinum, which was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I think the first week sales are actually going to be finalized, I believe, either Sunday. She's looking to move about 200,000 units with 90,000 hard copies sold. So we're going to get into a little bit of that after, I talk about, the particular album. Um, Great album, man. Great album. Salute to Cardi. She was under a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? It's been damn near 8 years since Invasion of Privacy. And she's done quite a bit of features since then. Really showed up on, like Tomorrow. That's one of my favorite features from her. She dropped, a couple singles and, here and there. She touched on it a little bit in a couple of interviews that she did. One with Angie Martinez and the Breakfast Club, and she just spoke about just life and the pressures of the music industry and things of that nature. That really was one of the catalysts that was preventing her from dropping her second album. Now I believe she's still signed to Atlantic Records, and I know Atlantic Records did like a whole change. Like I believe Julie is not the chairman there anymore. So a lot of those people that signed Cardi B, that were hands-on with Cardi B, a lot of them are no longer there. So she's kind of dealing with a whole new team, which is probably why you see the type of promo she's doing, which I actually commend. You know what I'm saying? Like the going out there on the train, the streets, with your album and stuff like that. Like, really, really touching the people. She's had like multiple physical copies of a project, from the vinyls to the CDs, and they all had like different covers. She was autographing them. Like she was really taking it, like they really took it back to the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how the Clips did, with their rollout, with their album. They actually did press. You know what I'm saying? They went to different platforms, radio stations, podcasts, really got the message of the music out there. And then the music just so happened to actually back it up. They actually dropped a classic album. But this album right here, this album is full with bangers. Full with bangers. I will say this. I feel like if Cardi dropped this album in the summertime, like if she would have dropped this in like June, July, oh yeah, this would have been crazy. This would have been crazy because now you got everybody going back to school. You know what I'm saying? Like the beach, the clubs and stuff. It's not really that popping right now. I feel like with a lot of these records, you would have dropped during the summer, this shit would have been, she would have been out of here. You know what I mean? She would have been out of here. And not to say she's not going to be out of here now, with these songs. A lot of the songs are resonating, with people. But I just feel like even the promo, even the rollout, you got all the festivals and stuff going on. Like what better way to drop an album? Summertime, it's nice outside, people feeling good, and you dropping bangers on here, and diss records, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I definitely gotta salute Cardi, man. So some of the standout records for me personally, you know what I'm saying? Definitely had to take some notes for this, you know what I mean? I love both of the Summer Walker records. Shower Tears, I think that's a really, really super dope record. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind Summer Walker Dolo on that record. Like that beat, fire. You know what I'm saying? I do love Dead, the first intro on the song on the project with Summer Walker. I like how Cardi's talking. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Dead kind of gave me Dreams and Nightmare vibes. From the flow, the cadence, even the beat, like the build up and the way it dropped and her flow pockets. Like it really was like it felt like they were in the studio listening to Dreams and Nightmares. You know what I'm saying? That's the feel I get, and I could see her coming out to this actual song. You know what I'm saying? But super dope record. I love Safe, you know what I mean, with Kalani. I think that's definitely a hit record. I could see that being on top 10, top 100 for a long time. Safe is a dope record. Pretty and Petty, Jesus. Pretty and Petty, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The diss joint that Bia dropped on Twitter, a lot of people were killing her for that. I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope. I thought it was nice, man. I thought she had, little clever little bars in there. But this, sheesh. Cardi was talking on this, man. This is, you gotta fight back. You gotta fight back. Pretty and Petty is crazy. Better Than You featuring Cash Cobain. I like that record as well. That's a real smooth record right there. I love that record. Every Time, man. Every Time is crazy, bro. That's definitely that's a hit right there. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw a preview of Lotto actually doing a remix to that. But that right there is a fire. What else is my favorite? Man of Your Word. I do like that record. That's a real personal record. You could tell she talking about Offset with that record there. Magnet. Jesus Christ, man. Magnet was JT. I heard JT in the booth, man. Cardi gonna have some battles on her hands, bro. Like, cause these girls is gonna respond. You know what I'm saying? Magnet was crazy. Trophies. I love Trophies. Trophies is dope. I think that's low key, probably like top 3 of like the production on the project. That's another thing. Like, I was looking at the credits too. Like, these are not like A-list or like well-known producers. Like, she's kind of, I don't want to say introducing a new sound, but she's giving like shots, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of the up and coming like producers, or these are producers that really just never had a shot, period. They may not even be up and coming, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like whoever was the executive producer for this particular project, I felt they did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job, man. Like the cohesiveness, the way the records kind of like flow with one another. The placement was really good. You know what I'm saying? I felt they did a great job. The placement, even some of like, I think maybe they had like this, like, I think the intro had like a little like interlude in it. Bodega Baddie. I'm going to talk about that Bodega Baddie. That record kind of like grew on me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That joint kind of grew on me a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that Bodega Baddie record is funny. But yeah, man, like Cardi did her thing, bro. Like, she really did her thing with this album, man. And a lot of people are giving her a lot of tough criticism because she has writers. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret. Party Fontaine, he's definitely one of the illest pens. You can hear his flow through a lot of these songs. But you know what I mean? She's an entertainer. Like, what do you expect? She still has to get in there and nail the shit and say it the correct way. Even though I feel like some of the songs, the flow is kind of like, it's kind of the same, you know what I mean? And in some songs, the flow sounds a little bit more polished. But, I do give her, kudos for this particular album here. I'm trying to think, the Janet Jackson record, that Janet record, hold up. Let me make sure I got the correct name. That Janet Jackson, because you kind of got me, Cardi, because when it said featuring Janet Jackson, then I seen the photo, I'm thinking like, oh, she got a song with Janet? Sheesh. Oh yeah, she out of here. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh, she out of here. She got a song with Janet Jackson? Like, what? You feel me? And then it's actually a sample. You know what I'm saying? It's not actually a Janet Jackson, you know what I'm saying, song. She sampled it, you know what I mean? Which I ain't mad at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. I think the producer did a really great job as far as with the sample, with the flip, you know what I'm saying? And Cardi on there talking that talk, you feel me? So I will give her that. Principle, that's the joint. Principle, I like that. Principle is dope. I really like Principle. But she got the singles that were already out, Outside. I wasn't too fond of that. Imaginary, what was it? The Jay-Z sample, the Imaginary Players joint. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? WAP. Uh, I didn't like WAP. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like WAP. I didn't like Up either. You know what I'm saying? Like those singles that she put out, like I just feel like those weren't it. You could have picked like the Summer Walker record, the Kalani record. Like some of these is like even the Shower Tears. I'm not really a fan of that. The joint with Lizzo, it's like a playoff. I forgot the name of that song, but you could have even went with that. Like if you were trying to go to pop, the pop route as far as for your first single, you could have even went with that. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, bro, like I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this album is definitely gonna stand up. Cause I can't even say catalog because she only got 2 albums. That's the thing. She only got 2 albums. But do I feel like this is better than Invasion of Privacy? I don't know. It's too early. It's too early to tell. It's way too early to tell. I will say this: if I'm giving this album a rating, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was doing like a 5 mics type of deal, I'm probably giving this joint like probably 4 mics. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably giving it a good 4 mics. You know what I'm saying? She's getting storytelling. The production is great. The songs are great. The features are well placed. The sequencing is well placed. She's giving you, I would say about 18 brand new records. Not including the records that we already heard. And she's really working this shit. Like she's doing signings. Like when I grade albums too, I'm also grading your marketing, your promo, like how active you are, your rollout. Like I'm taking all of that in because I'm trying to see if you're going to bring me on a journey before I press play on your project. And I felt like she did a great job with that. She had a lot of bundles and things of that nature. And that's another thing too that it's kind of weird. Like so with WAP Up, some of these records, they were already platinum. They were released like a year, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So she's including those songs on her album. So those streams and those sales count, which is crazy. So it's like before her album even came out, it was already platinum. You know what I'm saying? But, computer nerds, they're going to really dig through that and get the actual number of what she sold. Like how many people actually went and listened to the album in totality and actually bought the physical copy. Like I said, they're projecting her to do 200,000 first week. For a global, superstar like Cardi B, I guess that's okay. You know what I'm saying? 200,000 now. We got to see if those numbers are going to increase. I know she's about to go on tour, so that could possibly, you know what I'm saying, definitely move the needle. I'm pretty sure she shot multiple music videos, and she's pregnant on top of that too. So that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. But all in all, you know what I'm saying, great album from Cardi B. I thought she really did a thing. Salute to the producers, salute to the writers, everybody that played a part in putting this particular album together. Salute to her label, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the rollout was really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Really good. Hopefully, Cardi, you don't disappear for 4 or 5 years. I think you should do an album every year. You know what I'm saying? Every year you should drop an album. Even if you're not going to do two, 3 albums a year or something like that. Every year you should be dropping an album. There's no reason why you're approaching year 8, 9, and you've only have 2 albums in your discography. You know what I'm saying? Like that's diabolical. You know what I'm saying? And you're a superstar at that. And another thing too, like I see people trying to compare Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. They're comparing Pink Friday to I Am the Drama. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't be doing that, bro. Y'all can't. Like respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Nicki has countless of bodies of work. Cardi B has 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? There's no comparison. And then like if you're even speaking on that level, then we can go to the actual music. Like who sounds better on a record? Who's actually penning the record? If you're gonna count that in consideration, penning. Who's making better songs? Now you may say Cardi B is making better songs, but it's Cardi B and her team. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Nicki Minaj has a team. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't bump Pink Friday. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple songs I did like, but I'm not a nigga that's playing Nicki Minaj in the whip. You feel me? She don't make well-rounded music for men. More so it's for a certain community and females. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Now Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy, I was bumping that. I ain't gonna lie, I was bumping that in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I was bumping a couple songs. Like that joint, that album is kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you just, you know, just the two artistry is two different levels. It's two different levels. And I feel like Cardi has a whole lot of catching up to do before she can even put herself in that type of conversation to be over or even compared to a Nicki Minaj. That's just my personal opinion. Those are dangerous conversations. So I try to stay away from them, but I can't be oblivious and act like I don't see him, because I do see him. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. How you guys loving the album? Let me know some of your favorite records. If you were giving this album a rating, you know, 1 through 5, you know what I'm saying? 5 being the best, 1 being the least. Let me know which one are you giving it. All right. It's your boy Acito. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Follow me at Ace is Working on everything. I'm out of here. Peace.